Hey guys, it's your favorite curvy sewer, Armina, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome in. So today, what do I have in store for you? Today, I want to make me a little black dress, something that everybody should have in their wardrobe. I have a black dress in my wardrobe, but it's not as basic as I would like it to be. It kind of has like a ruffly design to it and things like that. So it's like I can't really dress it up and down the way I want to. So I wanted something that was more basic, that fits me really nice, and something that I could add a blazer to, I can add a peplum belt to, I can add a peplum skirt to, I can, maybe add some jewelry pieces to it as well, just to jazz it up. Whatever I want to do with it, the base of it would just be all black basic dress. So I decided to go with a pattern that I think is very, very useful. I've made it I think like 4 times now. Yeah, I made this dress about 4 times now. But before I get into too much details, let's do some housekeeping, of course. And the first things we want to do is don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn your notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Now, let's get into the details of what I'm making, what fabric I'll be using, and let me bring you along for the sew. And then afterwards, I'll show you some final looks of the dress along with some ways that I'm going to jazz it up. Let's get started. So, I bet you want to know what pattern I'm talking about, right? It's this one. It's Mimi G's Simplicity Pattern 9701. Now, I have made this pattern, I think, 4 times. I know I at least made it 2 times. I made this one, and I made this one. And I love them both. And I also made it once for my sister, a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. I call her my sister. I made it once for her. And I also made it for me an additional time. But for some reason, I can't find any pictures of that one. So, yeah. This is my 4th time making this dress. I really love this pattern because it's a quick and easy sew. I believe it's only 4 pieces, I believe. 5 pieces, because it's the front, the back. There's a front and back facing as well as the sleeve. Now, I have never used the facing to date since I have made this dress, just because the facing is kind of a piece to add in, like if you want to do like a mesh to give you like a built-in bra or something like that. But I usually just do a simple seam around the edges and around the neckline, and that's it. I haven't used the lining yet, just because I just don't need it. I don't prefer it, so I don't use it. But if you're going to sew along with me and make this dress, please feel free to use the lining as we go along. Just make sure you cut all your pieces out accordingly. So I'm going to be using a black scuba knit fabric for this dress today. I was going to go with a lighter weight knit, but first of all, I love the way scuba knit fits. First of all, I love the fabric. It's a very soft fabric. It's a knit, but it's also heavy. It has a little body to it. So if you wear it alone with nothing else, the way that it hugs and shapes the body is kind of nice. Not to mention, it does give you a little bit of a snugger fit. Because of the scuba knit, it gives you like a little tight cinch in when you wear it. So I'm going with the scuba knit fabric for this dress. I bought for this dress 2 yards. And that's more than enough to make the dress and the short sleeves. I think if you are going to use the size I'm using, which I'm cutting, I already have my dress cut out in a size 26. If you're going to use that size, then I would say that you should buy 2.5 yards at least. Just because you want to get the length of the longer sleeve in. I definitely know I have enough for the short sleeve, but if I was making the longer sleeve, I would probably get 2.5 yards, 58 inches wide fabric. So I'm gonna get the fabric on the sewing table. I'm gonna lay my pattern out. We're gonna get our pattern cut out, and then we'll move on to the next steps. So let's get started with cutting out the dress, and then we'll get everything together so we can start sewing. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay guys, so we have our pattern pieces laid out. Remember, you cut the first piece, which is piece A, on the fold. That's the front of your dress. Just make sure you line it up with the fold of the fabric, and then you cut your back piece, which is piece B, and it is not cut on the fold. So what we're going to do is right now we're going to cut out the front and the back, and then we're going to place our sleeve on the fabric, and we're going to cut that out as well. So let's cut out our pattern now. This is the Scuba knit fabric, just so you can see what it looks like. It has a kind of satiny finish to it. It's a very pretty fabric. It's I would say it's a two-way stretch, because this is where you get all the stretch. It does stretch this way, but very minimal. I would say it's about 10% stretch this way, but I would say it's probably 70% stretch this way. So now we're going to cut out our sleeve. So I'm going to pin this down and then cut it out. Three pieces cut out. We have our sleeve, which is view B. We have our front of our pattern that we cut on the fold, which is this piece, piece A, which we cut on the fold. And then we have piece B, which is our back piece that we did not cut on the fold. Now what we're going to do is remove all our pins, and we're going to start clipping together so we can take it to our machine and start sewing. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to clip our dress together at the shoulders, and what we're going to do is we're going to put right sides together, and we're going to take one right side of the back shoulder, making sure that we have it the right way, that it's facing towards the sleeve, and we're going to match up the shoulder, and we're going to clip it at the shoulder. And then we're going to do the same thing with the opposite shoulder. We're going to match it up with the opposite shoulder, making sure that we have our side seams so that we're matching the right sides together. And we're going to clip it at the shoulders. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this to our machine and we're going to begin sewing. So right now it should look like this, where you have the two shoulders clipped, you have your back open, and you have your sides both open. Let's go to the machine and let's sew up our shoulders. Okay guys, now we're going to sew a seam down the top of our shoulder. Let's do that now on both shoulders. Okay guys, now that we have our two shoulders together with our side seams, we're going to attach our sleeves. So what we're going to do is a method that I think they call it the flat lay method, possibly. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay our sleeve flat, and we are going to get one of our sleeves. And when you do your sleeves, make sure you transfer the markings. I only transferred the markings for the backs because if I have the markings on the back, I pretty much know the opposite side is the front. So we're going to work from that. And we're going to line up our back darts with our front darts and etc. So the flat lay method basically is when you set your seam in like this. You open up your sleeve, your front and your back, and you line up your sleeve evenly with your shoulder opening. And this is so that you can get like a pretty snug, perfect fit or perfect matching up of the sleeves with one another. And you can use chalk to mark your darts, or you can use pins. Whatever you use is fine, as long as you just know that this is the back and this is the front. So we're going to line this up with the clips. And as you see, I'm doing a little bit along the way, because what we're going to do is, if it's any extra, we're going to ease that extra in. Easing that extra in basically means just making it fit into the piece as snugly as possible. So it's always good to do a little bit from side to side. And as you can see, it's coming together pretty good. It's a little bit of overage, right? But we're going to make that fit. We're going to make that fit. So if I was to do my middle point here, we would have this gap, as you can see, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to ease a little more. We're going to ease a little more this way till we get to our middle. And the middle is about here, if you can see, right? What we're going to do now is go back this way and loosen up a little bit. And that's how you ease it in. And you see how it's smooth on this side, because we kind of just eased it backwards until it was flat, right? Now on this side we have this bubble, right? And we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to kind of like let it ease a little bit, but not too much. Like what we're basically doing is letting it release a little bit, not a lot, just enough to kind of line it up together. So we're going to do that all the way down to the bottom. We're going to do a little bit, do a little bit, do a little bit. Okay, do a little bit more here. Oh, here. And as you can see now, it's pretty much flat on this side too. And it's flat on that side. And that's how you ease your sleeve in. So we're going to do this. We're going to sew it on the machine. We're going to do the other side the same way we did this. And we're going to sew our sleeves in next. Okay, so do the other sleeve the same way. Ease your sleeve into place. And then let's take it to the machine and let's sew it up. We're going to do that right now. So do your other one, and we're going to come back and we're going to go to the machine and we're going to sew. Okay guys, now that we clipped our sleeves to our shoulder, now let's sew in our sleeve, and we're going to do that on both sides. have one sleeve sewn in. Now we're going to go and we're going to sew in the opposite sleeve. We're going to sew our other sleeve in now. On the other side, let's attach this sleeve now. Okay, now we should have both of our sleeves in. Let's work on our side seams. Okay, now we're going to match up our side seams so that we can sew them up. So just make sure the most important thing you do when you're matching up your side seams before sewing is you want to make sure you line up the end of your sleeve and the underarm seam. We're going to line that up first to make sure that's in line, because it's very important that those pieces, you know, go in place. Once you have that lined up, you want to clip all the way down your side seam. Clip it or pin it if you don't have clips. Line up your seam all the way to the bottom until you get to your bottom, and then at the bottom you want to make sure you have that lined up as well. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to clip my side seam together, and then I'm going to sew this side up, and then we're going to work on the other side. Once you have everything clipped on the side, let's put our seam in. Okay guys, our dress is really coming together. We have our sleeves done. We have both side seams done down our dress. Our side seams are done. Now we're going to move on to closing up our back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our two back top pieces. We're going to line those up. And we're going to clip it all the way down the back. So we're going to just make sure everything matches. I always say it's good to do a few down the back here, like so. Then find your bottom. And line your bottom up because you want that to match. So we're going to line our bottom up. Get our clips. And now we'll do some from the bottom up. From the bottom up. Hey, from the bottom up. Okay. Now you can continue either doing from the bottom up. You can do a little bit from the bottom up to the bottom top. Do a little more down. Or you can just keep going from the bottom all the way up to the top when it meets. I'm going to do a little bit up and down just in case for some reason mine isn't matching and I need to do anything like maybe make an ease to like a little bit of a pull because it's a little off. Then I'd rather do it in the middle than to have it like on the top and it's like a huge piece that's too big. I feel like if I do it this way, it kind of narrows down how much might need to be eased into it, I should say. So you just want to keep clipping until everything, but to me, it pretty much looks like it's lining up, so I don't think we're going to have that problem. And if you do a good cut, that's basically what you will have because, like I said, this is a pretty straightforward pattern. That's why I like it, and you can make this dress in so many colors, so many fabrics, and everybody will just be like, ooh, she living her best life with all those different nice style dresses. And basically it's the same dress. It's just all about the fabric. Okay, so we have everything lined up in our back, and now we're going to put our seam down the back and close up our dress. That's it, guys. Our dress is basically done. What I'm going to do now is I am going to put a cuff in the sleeve. Not even a cuff. I'm just going to do a narrow hem for my sleeve. And I'm going to do a narrow hem for my neck and my bottom. And wrap this up and take some pictures and show you what she looks like. Hello, and here she is. Here's my finished sew of 9701. The basic simple black dress. This is the fit. The adjustments I made was in the back. I did take this in to make it more fitted, and I took in about 2 inches on the sides. But otherwise, that's about it. That's her. She is done and she's ready to go. So now, if I was just going out for a regular look of all black, basic black dress, I would wear something like this. Maybe add a bag, a simple bag to the outfit. And that's it. She's ready to go. Now, there's some other ways we can style it up as well. We can dress it down. We can dress it up. Let's take a look at some of those looks now. Hope you like it. she's done and she's ready to go. So here's a nice way if you're going for a sporty look, you're just running out to run some errands. You can throw this jacket over it, Black Sewing Network jacket that I made, tutorial. I will make sure that it's somewhere linked here so you can watch it if you want to. How to turn your BSN t-shirt into a crop jacket. Ooh. But this is how you can make your look casual. You just on the go. Boom, here you go. Bam, hit the streets. Boom, here we are. Ow. So this is one way to make it casual. Same dress, casual feel. Let's go. Another way to change up this look is to add a belt. As you can see, I added this belt and accessorized it with this bag, which is the Shamir bag by Sew Molded Bee. And this is a twilly that I made. I also have a video for this twilly. If you want to watch my video, I will link the video somewhere here so that you can check out my video so you can make some twillies to add to your outfits as well. As you can see, it matches the bag. And this is just another cute on-the-go look, styled up. Isn't it cute? And it just totally changed the dress up. It added color to it. It added style to it. You can wear this casual, semi-casual, you know, depending on your other dress accessories you add to it. It could be something you wear to a very dressy fair. But either which way, you would be looking cute. And it's the same simple black dress. And here I am with the final look that I want to share. This is an elevated look for this little basic black dress with peplum from Meloria Designs, Harmony Peplum, that you can create and make in different sizes, different lengths. If you want to make the tear longer in the back, you can. You can use different fabrics, but that's where this is from. It is the Harmony Peplum by Meloria Designs, and as you can see, it already elevates the outfit. It already tells you they're going to a wedding, they're going to a baby shower, they're going to something at the church. There's something big going on, so they got on that extra flair to give it that extra pop. And of course, I had to accentuate it with my Ushun bag by Sew Molded Bee. I love the sew of this bag. It is a really cute accordion bag. You can make it in various style fabrics. It has 3 compartments rather. And it is made from Ankara fabric. I quilted the fabric just to give it an extra texture and look. I added double straps to give it extra flair and extra style. So you can wear the strap like this, or you could drop one and just let it hang like that. So this is my final styled look. It is the Harmony Peplum to give it an extra pep, give it some extra flair to this basic black dress. And then we have the Oshun bag to just set it all off. And of course, you know I had to make a twilly. And of course, you know I have a YouTube video on here to show you how to make these twillies if you want to. I will leave a link to that somewhere in this video so that you can check out the video and make your twillies as well. But in the meantime, this is my final look. I hope you enjoyed. And as usual, it's always fun hanging out with you guys, sharing what I'm doing in the sewing world. Please don't forget to share in the comments if you make this dress, if you like this sew, if you have any ideas for different peplums that I can make in different fabrics and colors, drop them below as well. So until next time, guys, don't forget, always subscribe, like, share, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Until next time, guys, bye.